People say I'm black. Oh, they are. Dun, 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 dun. Fresh fruit. Fresh fruit and almond. Look, the band matches the melon. Here's what it is. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. 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 Hmm. Put down the french fries. Didn't I tell you, baby? 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 Hey, that's what it is. Nobody cares. Wow, I'm fresh. I had dinner. I took a little nap for an hour. Um, you know, did all those things. Still went to the gym. Oh shit, my plug. Oh no, my plug. Did not tell you. You gotta stay strong. You can't be a weak bitch. Put down the French fry. Stay strong like Richie. I'm 40 years old. I'm 40 years old. I'm 40 years old. I'm 40 years old. I'm fucking 40 years old. Flex time. Flex time, baby. Massive flex time. Flex these haters away. Anyways, it's all good. Stay fresh. Don't fuck with Richie. Stay strong. This is what it is. Put down the French fry. Stay strong, baby. Stay pumped. Come on. I'm not the one. I'm not the. I don't think you realize because I have such a tremendous skull how big my arms are. Like I could carry two grown men, no problem. Just pick them up. Three ladies, easy, 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 easy. If you talk shit to Richie, I can literally grab you by your belt buckle and just pick you up like an AT Ford. What'd you say? What? What's that? Is what it is. Don't talk shit to Rich. I can't stress that enough. I just can't stress that enough. Didn't I tell you? Can't stress that enough. Yeah. Don't talk shit to me, man. Don't talk shit to me. I'm not a bitch. I'm not a bitch. Don't talk shit to me. Don't talk shit to me. Don't do it. Just do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. We're fresh. We got cigars. We got melon. What can we ask? We got a knife to cut the cigar. We got a strap in case the haters. This is what it is. We're here. We got Sock. We got PG. We got Jeremy. It's the first time smoking the Claro. I love the Maduro. I've only had the cigar one time. I had the Maduro wintertime. I had the Maduro last year or the beginning of the year, whatever it was. Oh, I had the Maduro. It might have been December, whatever it is. I forget. It was wintertime. I forget. Hey, we got Gio Fuente. Whoa, interested to see what's going to happen. Is what it is. Is what it is. This guy's talking that shit. Don't talk shit on Richie. Don't talk shit on me, man. Don't talk shit on me. Well, he's smoking Padron. I'll tell you what. If there's one cigar that looks like it's going after Padron, it is the Olmec. It's hard. It's small man. Richie, you flexing? Come on, bitch. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's a Toro. This was provided by brother Gio. I did have it in the humidor, but when I got it, I let it sit out for a day, and then I put it in the humidor, and then I took it out about 5 hours ago. So we should have really good smoke output. The band, exterior quality is very nice. There was some damage to the foot from the delivery. Somehow, this coming in the mail, there was some minor damage. We're hoping that it doesn't affect the cigar. Thanks a lot, asshole. So here we go. Foundation. It's got the Illuminati. It's got the Illuminati stuff. It is what it is. Shout out to Olmec and Foundation Cigars. It is a nice. It's a nice AJ Fernandez. Let's call it what it is. It's an AJ Fernandez. You got to give the credit where credit is due. I hate to say it. It's an expensive AJ Fernandez. The difference is though, like it's not a pure AJ because Nick Maleo really is a master blender. His stuff like the Tabernacle, the Wise Men, the Guyanese, um, David and Goliath, really fantastic stuff. Didn't don't mess with Richie, man. Here's what it is. Did not tell you. Hey, here we go. Here's the cap. Da, 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 da. The wrapper is what Mexican San Andreas. Yeah, I mean this still looks like a Padron 64 Maduro. That's the color. Congratulations, Gio's bowling. Nobody cares. Wow, I remember the first time I went bowling. All right, appreciate it, Gio. Off the bat, they're already nice aromatics. Strong, stout aromatics. Wow, potent aromatics. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So I said from the first time I had this, I felt this was a cigar going after Padron, especially since. Hey, listen, give the Allegiance another chance. But even if you like the Allegiance, my problem is this: it's more expensive than the Pledge, and it's weaker than the Pledge. I never said the Allegiance is a bad cigar. My problem with the Allegiance is it was weak. Compared to the Pledge and the regular. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You said Allegiance. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I thought you were talking about the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance, the 1776 cigar. Great quality, great tobacco, but the blend is weak. It's a weak blend. It's a dark, weak blend. Here we go. Let's get this thing going. Wow. That cigar wants to party. Jeremy, you're not going to like it. Jeremy, you like stronger cigars. That cigar, it's too expensive. I'm not saying it's not a good cigar, but buy the pledge and save $10. The Pledge of Allegiance is a very dark, muted, non-spicy cigar. So I don't compared to the Pledge or the Allegiance, it's weaker, but it costs more money. But it's dark and it has a very short finish, so it's just really lacking. I would never. Sure, there's a chance maybe I got a bad one, but then you have to say EP Carrillo has terrible quality control, and I've never seen that. I just think that blend is just it has no balls. But when you name a cigar after America, it should be a ballsy cigar. This cigar's got balls. That's a strong cigar. The regular leads was great. This is a strong cigar. It's a medium full off the first puff. It's a long, it's a long finish. It's a medium to full off the first puff. It's a long finish. It's a long finish. A lot of flavor there. A lot of flavor. Heavy flavor. Heavy spice. Not massively sweet, but we'll see what happens. Off the bat, though, it's impressive. You know, I can't compare it exactly to the Maduro because I had that one time and it's been a long time. Like, that was a long time ago. Yeah, it reminds me of a Padron 64, but I'll explain. You understand your Padron 64 and Padron 26. That's their main cigars, you know, their premium stuff. Of course, you have the ultra premium, but that's kind of, you know, hard to find, very expensive, a small batch. Then you got the 1000, whatever, nobody cares. The Olmec, I feel, is smoother than the 64, but not as smooth as the 26. I feel like it answers both questions. Like if you love the 26, but you wish it was a little more edgier like the 64, or if you love the 64, but you wish it was a little more beautiful like the 26, um, this cigar feels right down in the middle. Because the Padron 64 is more about power, edginess, spice, ultra long, heavy finish, just like potent, moving around. The 26 is more beautiful, more sweet, more of a complete profile, part of this complete breakfast, but doesn't have the same balls as the 64. But the Patron 26 is still a solid medium to full. The Olmec, I feel, is in between. Now, of course, you have the Claro and the Maduro, which is just like the Padron. You have the natural and the Maduro, but the natural is for lack of better words, we're talking about the same concept. And then you throw in the box pressing, and then you throw in the bands. The sizes are very reminiscent of Padron. I think it was a nice nod. I, I think if you like Padron, you're going to like Olmec. If you don't like Padron 64, 26, you're not going to like the Olmec. Heavy finish, tons of earth, tons of briny salt. Like if you have a repeated scotch, um, very, not like happy, oh, salt. No, it's like a smoky salt. Like it's pungent. Like if you like pungent scotches, like what was that, the double Balvenie double barrel? No, what's the other one though? The really one. Lagavulin 16. If you like Lagavulin 16, then yeah. Then yeah. Then yeah. So this is an impressive cigar off the bat. The Maduro's darker and the Maduro's sweeter. It as far as how both these cigars, the Claro and the Maduro, it feels the same exact concept as the Padron 64 and 26 in either, you know, the natural or the Maduro. but I feel the Olmec cuts in between. The Olmec is smoother than the 64, not as smooth as the 26. Um, so it can cut it right between. Smoke a Padron 64, smoke a Padron 26, back to back nights, and then smoke this cigar. You'll see what I'm saying. The 64 is definitely more raw, but I love that about that cigar. You know? Tons of earth, very strong black coffee, immense amounts of smoky salt, rich charred wood. I mean, this is a heavy, manly cigar. This is not a dainty cigar. This is, if you like whiskey and bourbon, you're going to like this cigar. This is not hanging out. This is not a relaxing cigar. If you want the cigar to take the moment, then yes, you get this cigar. Mm, mm. Nothing like fresh fruit, is it? Now I'm taking my time with this cigar, and it's not going down at all. I didn't want to rush it. I don't know if the Claro's burnt. I think though. I think when I had the Maduro, I might have had a bigger version, maybe. It's a 7-inch one, I think, but it's fantastic. For me, though, and this is a caveat for me, I still prefer the Maduro version of this. Do I like this cigar? It's phenomenal. And maybe you're right, Jeremy. Do I think this is just as good as the Maduro? Yes. But for my preference between the two, just like I prefer the Maduro 64 and the Maduro 26, for me, if I had to choose, for me, I prefer the Maduro Olmec. That being said, would I still smoke the natural? Absolutely. Is this just as good? Yeah. It just depends on which one you'd rather have. This one, you're getting more earth, more charred wood. The the Maduro, I like to get that sweetness. It's still just as strong. It's actually a little darker, but I like the sweetness you get off the chocolate sweetness you get off the Maduro. So 6 of one, half of the other. Should you smoke both the Olmecs? Yes. And nobody cares, Sako. Sako, do you think every cigar was blended around your tongue? Do you think Nick Malio and AJ Fernandez, they thought about your tongue when they made this cigar? They said, will Sako like it? Does Sako like it? But but will Sako like this cigar? Is Sako gonna like it? Nobody cares. You didn't like it. Congratulations. Gio's gone. Gio's clapping cheeks. PG lied to me. PG said he was coming home. PG's a liar. That's why I said, uh, Sako said he didn't like it. So, just throw it over the. Sacco's getting sensitive today. I was just gonna do this solo and relax. I don't need this shit. I don't need this shit. I don't need this shit. Flex. Hey, look at this guy. Look at this
How you
guy.
doing, Richie?
You look like a European model.
A European model? Thank you, man.
You got the hair, the right amount of scruff, the glasses, the jacket. You know, you look like
Dude,
you could be like a villain. You could be like a villain in a James Bond movie. Like a modern villain, like
oh yeah,
against no, but not so modern like Pierce Brosnan, '90s, early 2000s.
yeah. But sort of an existential villain.
Well, kind of like a techno era villain.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Though.
Fair enough. And we only got 5 people, but I think we got all the people that count, basically.
Listen,
Um,
it's a stupid place. I don't care about this place. Oh, which one are you smoking?
I don't know. Gio sent me this.
So that's a 26 natural. You're really gonna love that cigar.
No,
Hurry up,
this
light that shit up. You're late.
this
Light that shit up.
this is the Maduro. This is the Maduro.
Who said it was the Maduro?
Gio.
I thought Gio didn't. I thought Gio didn't buy the Maduro.
He bought a few Maduro and he sent me one.
Are you sure about this?
This is what he said. He can confirm it. But I have 26 naturals, and this looks much darker than the natural.
Here's the thing: when it comes to Padron on the 26 or 64, lots of times the shades difference between both it's almost minute. So that's why I say it could almost, you know.
I want to show you one other thing I got. A straight fresh blueberries, mangoes, and cherry, dude.
Nice,
Fresh
nice,
fruit, dude. For you, man.
nice, man. It's good for your blood, good for your colon, good for your mind, refreshing. Put down that soda. I told 2 more people today, stop drinking soda. These guys are drinking soda. This guy drinks a 2 liter every day. I said, stop doing that, man.
What's up with the little nipple at the top? Does that
It's for eroticism.
okay? So I don't need to think about it.
You literally have to, Now, you're not going to need much because now I haven't had many Padron torpedoes like that. I guess you can call that kind of a torpedo or
It's like a
bellicose.
yeah.
Yeah, Gail Sackett's got. I think
But
I think he's in prison.
Gio for sure told me this was a Maduro. 100%. That's what I was told. So
Okay, so if that's what he tells you, listen, you're going to know right now when you light it up. If you taste chocolate, it's a Maduro. If there's no chocolate, it's the natural.
I got chocolate off the natural as well, personally, but
You're out of your mind. Will you also eat a Hershey bar?
I got chocolate, earth, and marshmallow off the natural. I don't have my normal cutter or lighter. I left it at my buddy's house.
So what do you got?
Just a cheap one. I'm just taking the top off.
Oh yeah. Hurry the hell up.
Woo, dude! Just the cold draw is intense. Nice. Nice. Okay. So I've smoked the 26 natural, but I've never smoked any of the Maduros.
Um, my opinion, the Maduros are superior.
This is like the #1 famous cigar, right? Padron
And
Maduro.
and I'm not saying that the naturals are bad at all. I'm just coming down to my preference. Like the 64 and 26 naturals are great. I feel that the Maduro versions with the more sweetness, because the cigars are strong, earthy, and very black, a lot of black pepper, a lot of power, and long finish. I feel that they're more balanced than the Maduro. However, if you want that more raw power, you get
Yeah.
the natural.
I only ate a bagel today. I had a bagel with cream cheese, and now I'm drinking this fruit smoothie. So I'm really gonna feel this thing.
Oh, that's fantastic! Look forward to it.
I get the power.
That thing's gonna kick your ass. Where's your matches?
Inside.
Or
Just use.
at least you're keeping distance.
This is actually they call this a soft flame. It's like a soft torch. I don't know if you can tell. It's like a
It's definitely softer than the other ones.
yeah.
Um, I'll tell you what, Padrones light up real easy. You don't need that much toasting. They have like a little like a rocket draw. You're gonna be able to start it right away.
I don't puff on the cigar on the
Or
I
just
don't
don't overcook it then, because I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot of heat. That's ready to go, man.
you can see.
But you're saying you just want to start puffing. You don't want
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold on a sec. Here. See it's like
to.
soft.
You can puff on it with that soft, gentle heat.
We're nice and no wind today. So I didn't like that. I smoked one of those. It's funny that we're both smoking cigars sourced from Geo today. But I didn't like that Claro. I thought it was okay, but I wasn't impressed for all the hype. I thought it just like an AJ.
No, it's a good cigar. It is a good cigar. But I'm telling you, if you like the Padron 64 Natural
Mhm.
and the 26 Natural, you're gonna love this cigar. Dude, as soon as I saw the boxing and the bands and the price point and the look of the cigar, I was like, all right, he's going full. He's going full Padron here, and it didn't disappoint. I'm not gonna say better than Padron. At the same time, though, it's a better price point. So I mean, it's not that much cheaper, but you know. So, but I mean, it's nice having something in the, similar. Um, Padron still definitely has that fire draw. But Padrones, man, only Padrones have that kind of construction. You'll see as soon as you start puffing on it. You could drag race that thing, just plow right through it.
Have you smoked the warped Grand Reserve 1988? That
Mm.
was pretty good for a little while.
So look, this feels to me like a classic cigar. Almost feels, even though this is Mexican San Andreas, but getting very similar notes you get to like the Padron 64, which ironically they say it's Nicaragua, but everyone knows it's a Mexican San Andreas wrapper.
Hmm.
Um, Tons of earth. I mean, tons of earth. Tons of black pepper, and I mean tons of black pepper. And I mean, but like tangible, like you could feel like granular. You know what I'm saying? No, not like oh, it's a note. Like so, just like with the Padron, the notes are tangible. They're so rich and very high quality. If you don't like tons of earth and black pepper, um, it just has tons of salt as well. Like that briny, smoky salt you get off like a Lagavulin 16, like a very smoky Scotch. You know what I'm talking about? Where you get that like sea salt, but I mean like not a pleasant little on your salad. I mean like you know, what I'm talking about. You're by the ocean and and it's like a really salty air. Like it's pungent. So if you're in that kind of mood, it's a strong pungent cigar, and I feel what the notes it gives you on the Olmec, it does it well. If you don't like these kind of notes, then would you smoke this fucking cigar already? You're already in the second third. Light it up. You're gonna overcook that fucking thing, man. I get you don't want to have to puff, but you're overcooking all. Only the center's not ready. Let me see. Is it light up or not? Did you puff yet or not?
No, this is all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
But the thing is, though, your center is not fully lit because of the Lajero, but
Mhm.
all that heat, the outside, the non-Lajero, is already lit. So then it's not like you can get the heat just the Lajero. So you're just putting too much heat of the tobacco around. You get what I'm trying to say? So I get the slow toast, but even a long slow toast is still so much heat.
Yeah.
Like eventually that quick flash will get
Yeah.
it going. I
Yeah.
believe in toasting first, and at a certain point you got to get the fucking show on the road, man.
Mm.
I think smoking good. How does it taste?
Haven't smoked it yet. I'm gonna try right now.
I don't understand what I'm doing right now. It's interesting. You take a very long, slow first puff instead of a few puffs to get it going. I respect that.
Definitely overcooked it. Uh,
What's that?
I definitely overcooked it, but
Son of a bitch. I told you, man.
I'm
You're
getting
getting the
getting a lot of leather off of it, like a lot.
You're not getting tons of earth and black pepper? Are you out of your mind? Like Padron's the most consistent cigar. You're not getting chocolate, black pepper, and earth?
I'm definitely getting chocolate earth, but I'm also getting leather.
All right, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man. I think that's that long toast. If you notice, all that surrounding was already like on fire, but only the center of the Lajero wasn't. And I think at a certain point, you know what I'm saying? Though, like at a certain point, keep on applying it. Uh, Keeping torch on a lit cherry, I don't know what the side effect is gonna be, but I don't think it's a good thing though. As far as for flavor, it could overchar it.
Hmm.
Hopefully that clears up.
I think it'll clear.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to bust your balls. I get what you're trying to do, but if the Lajero, if it was all lit evenly, it's just surprising how thick that Lajero in the center was. It wasn't even. It didn't want to go.
I was just trying to get this one corner, but it's hard to do it because I had it on the soft flame mode, so it's a little hard to do it. I'm getting an interesting sweetness off of it, like almost like a candy sweetness.
A what? Well, I mean, the Maduro has more sweetness. Sean, he says it's hot where he's at. Sacco's and Care 3.0. Jeremy, this is what it is. Smoky best shit. Gio. Nick was saying that hey, look, the Carlo Del Mar Maduros, they're okay. It's a budget friendly, inexpensive cigar. Although it's not going to be mind blowing. But if you said, hey, I only want to spend $4, I get that. All right, but if you spend a few more dollars, you could get some better stuff. But if you had a lounge and you said I only want to spend $5, yeah, you can't go wrong with $5 for a Pro Del Mar at a lounge. But there's better stuff out there. It's a decent entry level mid tier cigar. Oh, he's only been smoking cigars for a month. Well, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Um, I would go right into it. You should go right into it, Nick, and start smoking strong shit. And just go right into it like a man. It's 2023. It's the end of times. People are living as cats and dogs, and uh, you got to smoke your best shit. There's no time for you to smoke weak cigars right now. You got to get right into it. We are living in Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, then what you need to do, Nick, if you can only smoke half a strong cigar, buy shorter, skinnier cigars. Buy some smaller cigars. You know, at least he's trying to smoke stronger cigars. I respect that. If you're brand new, 1 month. I mean, you got to get to the guy. He's brand new, but you want to drink a lot of water before you smoke. You want to eat before you smoke. Um, have some fresh fruit while you're smoking. I can't stress it enough. You have some fresh fruit while you're smoking a cigar. You're going to be able to finish the cigar because the natural sugar, not high fructose, the natural sugar. Hi, my name is PG, and I like to toast my cigar a long, long time. I like to toast it forever. I toast it forever. I'm mocking you with a piece of melon. You're not even enjoying it, bro.
Oh, sorry, dude. I'm smoking my first Padron Maduro, dude.
Uh, Hi, my name is PG, and I like to. You ruined it, asshole.
I saw it, dude. I mean, it's a spot on impression. What can I say? I can't say that's not me. I can't say, you know, I mean,
Who was talking about Osama bin Laden? Josh, they were there. But the burrito place. Josh was. Oh, they caught the guy. They caught the burrito guy.
I'm getting similar earth chocolate, a little bit of pepper to the
But
similar.
is it rich? Is it heavy?
It's it's fairly heavy. It's not. It's like 75% heaviness, but it's like very dark.
Make sure you hold the smoke on that, and don't let it go out. because I'm noticing when you puff, you take very small drags. I'm not judging, but I'm saying I think if you took a bigger hit, you'll get more of it.
Oh, I think it's good now. I think it's fine. It tastes good now. It tastes very very sweet. Much sweeter than
The
the
natural,
natural.
I'm telling you. So depends on what kind of mood you're in, but for me, I love the Padron Maduros. And it's not that like, oh, I need to have this chocolate sweetness because I'm a baby. I just feel because the blend's strong. I just feel it's like this: the 64 and 26 natural and Maduro are the same, but with the Maduro you get the same with chocolate over it. Whereas without the Maduro, you get the same cigar without the chocolate wrapper, on the outside, and I feel like you're losing out. That's all I'm saying.
Taco says I'm killing it. It's smoking fine. What's wrong?
Take
It's
some big puffs, man. You don't take any double puffs. Get that thing moving, man. Take a double puff or some of that. Smoke it like a man. Come on, man. Puff on that thing. I'm not judging. I mean, I am judging, but you're very reserved when you puff.
too much. Too much. I don't like a lot of smoke.
Ah, okay. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. Smoking the same cigar but with very small puffs, as opposed to smoking with stronger puffs, you'll get a different experience, and maybe even different interpretation.
I'm getting way too much of the black pepper. Too strong. Too harsh with the. Too aggressive with the big puffs. But the small puffs, I'm getting a lot of darkness, a lot of richness. It's very interesting because it's very very similar to the natural, but it's weird, man. Like the natural, I don't know how to describe it. The natural is like almost the same thing, but like looking to be a habano. But the Maduro is like the same thing, but I don't know how to describe it yet.
Yeah, here's what it is. Gio's a hater. I don't know what's wrong with Gio. I don't know what's wrong with Gio.
It's really good. A lot of sweetness, much more darkness, more richness.
This cigar right here is 70% darkness. So what's your darkness at?
I would give this like 75 probably.
How do I know how dark it is?
Um,
No,
probably right, actually.
for
So
you,
maybe
you're
8.
saying you're 3/4.
Yeah, I'm a little above 3/4, little darker than 3/4.
So less than 3/4 or more.
More than 3/4, more than
So
3.
you're at 80%. You're at 80%.
Dark. It's really sweet. It's very tasty. What I think is really interesting is the Aladino for me was very similar to the natural,
Yeah.
because I guess the way they treat the tobacco. This has this almost has a little bit more character to it, to be honest. You know,
The Padron 26 is a very good cigar, man.
but I mean the Maduro has a little bit more character. I think.
And that's what I'm saying. The difference between the Maduro and the natural is chocolate. They both have earth. They both have black pepper spice. They're both heavy. They both have long finish. Um, other people black coffee on it, and I respect that. But when you have go to the Maduro Padrones, you add in a beautiful milk chocolate on top of all those notes. So it's not like you're getting anything less. You're only getting more. So it feels more balanced. You know what I'm saying, though?
I think there was a certain type of marshmallow note that I got off the natural that I'm not getting here, and the earth is darker, so there's definitely a little bit of shift. But I don't. It doesn't remind me of a San Andreas at all. The
Well, it's
flavor.
not it's not listed as it, but I disagree with that statement. But hey, it is what it is. Smoke your best shit.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you smoked an Olmec Maduro
Hmm.
and a Ground 26 Maduro back to back or 64, it's gonna feel like they all came almost from the same company as far as like the profile. And it's not that Padron's profile is hard to copy. What's hard to copy is the quality, the consistency, the construction, the burn, the draw, and the level of quality of flavor. Like you understand what I'm saying? It's like saying, "Oh, I had a cheeseburger at McDonald's," versus you went to like a $25 cheeseburger and fries at like a high end restaurant, was like maybe like wagyu meat, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous. So Padron, the flavors are top shelf. Is it worth the money? I mean, look, it's not cheap, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Though, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. You know, is it necessary? No. Do I think Padrones have they gone up a lot since I smoked them? Yes, and that's because of their demand. They can keep raising their prices because the demand is there. You know, meanwhile, there's other cigars over the past 5 years that haven't gone up that much. But Padron have gone up a lot. But when you're like one of the number one Nicaraguan cigars, and when people think of luxury Nicaraguan cigars, they're thinking Padron. Yeah, only maybe the past few years have we have started to see other people come in, uh, and making some, whether it's Dunbarton or whatever. I'm not saying it's on the same level. In some ways, it could be, but I'm just saying, if you went back 10 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, if you wanted a strong dark cigar in the Nicaraguan side, it was Padron. There wasn't, and dude, I mean, if you go back, shit, when I started, like 2011, 12, nobody was making shit like Padron. Nobody was making strong cigars. Like 2011, 12, like, I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have any stronger cigars, but like, if you wanted a strong luxury Nicaraguan cigar, that was it. Like, that was it. I mean,
Yeah.
2011, where were you? How old were you?
Where was I? I
Well,
was
it
2011. Here's it now. What age am I? Um,
was 12 years ago. You were in high school.
12 years ago, I was 18.
Wow, you were a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. So you're not going to take a double puff for Richie at all?
I took a double puff. It overheated it. The
It
draw.
didn't.
I
It
think I
didn't.
might.
You got the full potential.
I
You
felt.
got the
I
potential.
felt
You didn't,
it started
bro,
getting straight into AJ territory for me. There's just black pepper.
dude. That's where the cigar is supposed to be. I'm not saying you puffing it 10 times in a row, but
Yeah.
that double puff, man, or one strong puff.
I'll hit a. I hit some. I've hit some pretty deep puffs. I'll hit a double puff as it gets deeper in. I think.
And
Right
when I
now,
say double
it's
puff,
so
first
fast.
puff is listen. The first puff is quick. It's
Yeah.
just to get it going, and then you know, yeah. I gotta admit, man, you play to the beat of your own drum. You smoke cigars very differently, and I respect that.
I
I'm
double
not
puff.
saying
I
I
did.
agree, but
This.
it gives a different perspective.
I gave
I
it
mean,
a double.
that was a double puff.
That was a double puff, man.
Where the fuck was the fire? This is a double puff. Watch.
Jeez, dude. Jeez, dude. I'll blow my whole palate out if I do that.
Give it a puff. Puff it like a man.
That's. I disagree, man.
You're uh, PG. You're a gentleman. You're a gentle soul.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
dude. I just. It's just char black pepper at that point.
Uh,
Too acidic. It's too hot.
hello. Yes. Yes. PG smoking a cigar too so slowly. Yes, he's smoking a cigar very too slowly. He might be 451. Do you think he's 451? I don't know if he's 451.
Fellas,
He's
fellas,
smoking. He's smoking like a 451.
fellas. It's going fine. It's smoking. It's good. It's
I told
starting to pick. What do you say?
you, it's a great cigar.
I like it. I like. I'm getting a coffee bean. A little
Yeah,
bit of like.
you're gonna get a nice.
It's really good. I think it's better than 26. The natural. I mean, for me. And I'm not a big Maduro guy, but I think it just the profile makes sense. It's more filled out. It has more stuff to it.
Isn't that what exactly what Richie said? I've been smoking Padron for half of your life, half of your life, and the Maduro Padrones have more balance. The natural Padrones still have a lot of power, but the 64, oh, I'm sorry, the Maduro versions take that power and they put a nice little chocolate coating on the outside.
Yeah.
It gives it like, you know, it kind
It,
of
sorry, it's kind of what?
it kind of balances it out.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it fills it out too. There's sort of a complexity and a fullness to it.
Taco said he's getting claustrophobic the way he's smoking. That's some funny stuff. And yeah, my man said he's just on his third box of Laredo Mundos. I told you, Johnny, I told you that's a great cigar. Richie does not lie. Richie does not lie. Uncle Larry. Always nice to see you, Uncle Larry. Well, I'm getting a great burn. Look at that. And I'm telling you right now. So when they made this Olmec cigar, flat out, because this is the best foundation cigar, they were going after Padron. But I respect that. You know what I'm saying though? I don't think like they were trying to like mimic it 100%, but they were going after the concept. You know what I'm saying? No, natural and Maduro only, and the box pressing. And of course they call it Claro, so not Simo, but to totally copy. But
Dude, the strength just picked up, dude.
yeah, well, why don't you try a triple puff?
I just double puffed again. It's just a little too much. I just can't get all the detail. It's like listening to music too loud.
I look at this way, you're missing on the detail. It doesn't. So let's just say you do some small puffs, and then you do a big puff. Maybe for every three puffs, every three times, then do a big puff to remind you to respect that cigar. You know what I'm saying? Though.
Yeah, exactly. Gio gets it. Thank you, Gio. Right there, dude. It picked up right there.
Nobody cares. What,
All right,
what, a, what a
dude.
stupid.
Sacco sits there puffing on the cigars. Okay, fine. But what notes does he give, dude? He's just like, ba ba ba. Sacco has a cigar. Oh, it's a good
Hey,
cigar.
I'm
This much.
not gonna talk shit about the best guest here. And Sacco, he just smokes. He likes it or he doesn't like it. And if you know, Sacco does this. That is him tasting. He almost has his own language or flavor. Like almost like how like a
Yeah,
bird or communicate.
pretty.
You know. So but I'm gonna say this: when Sacco's in the comments, he's on fire. He's on fire. Yeah, I don't know, Johnny. I wouldn't know how to. I wouldn't know how to say that because I could do a live and they're not promoting my lives, and I might have let's say 30 or 40, 50 views on a live, and then when I wake up in the morning, they'll say, "Oh, 150 views." So then what? So people would that means PG they would have watched it live, but how come they didn't know about it? Like maybe they check their phone at some point and they go, "Oh, it's on." So why are more people in the same day watching my live non-live, like within a
Yeah,
few hours? They're not telling people it's on.
different time zones maybe for one.
Dude, I've been at exactly like 1,086 subscribers now for 2 years. How is that possible?
Yeah,
They're freezing my channel. How can I have exactly the same? Either I have to be really sucking or really doing well, or we have just enough people and that's it. No one leaves, no one comes. Get out of here.
yeah. The
I,
bouncers more, man. We're at capacity.
yeah,
Richie's
yeah.
lounge capacity.
Dude, I'm telling you, for 2 years now, I've had the same exact thing. How does that make any sense? Like before that,
Hmm.
every week I might grow 5 people, right? So statistically, within a year, I should have at least another 100, 200 viewers. Um, how in the past 2 years have I stayed exactly at what 1,086, 83?
I don't know, man. I mean, for one thing, you deleted a lot of those videos, and those videos are how I found you. I don't know, like Sacco and Jeremy and Gio can say like how they found you, but I only found you because you had smoked so many cigars. You know.
Josh says I have to say like and subscribe. Get the fuck out. I don't need to tell you to like and subscribe. What are you, children? Okay. It's not natural for me to tell you that. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. I don't care.
Dude, I took a big retro hill on that, and that's powerful through the retro hill. It's not like spicy; it's just like power.
Well, the only spice I get a lot from the 26 is the black pepper, but it's a very, I mean, it's a bold black pepper.
Yeah,
Like it's intense. I don't find the 26 to be ass kicking, but I find it to be comfortably very strong. Does that make any sense?
yeah,
Kind of in like a luxury sports car. I mean, you're
right.
not going to races, but if you want to hit the gas, you really could go. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
you feel that pressure behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like that.
it's not like the Padron is trying to do complete luxury like Davidoff, but it's not like an ass kicker like a straight AJ, AJ cigar, full AJ. Like this is not full AJ. This cigar here, they try to copy Padron. In my opinion, they did a good job. They did a
I, now I only smoked the Olmec natural, but if I'm being fair, dude, I think the Rocky Patel 60 actually is a closer approximation of the Padron than the Olmec. I know, dude. I'm gonna get banned tonight, boy.
the power of Christ compels you. Did you just compare Rocky Patel to Padron?
I said as an approximation. I don't. I think the RP60 is actually a lot like the 1926 Maduro. If like a kid got a hold of the controls and just started making random changes to the blend. Richie, how you doing, man? How's your day going?
You just hurt me.
What'd you say?
You just hurt me.
No, but you haven't smoked the 60. They really tried to approximate it. It's like really like a copy. It's like a cheap copy.
Wow.
You know when you're walking and you see those fake Gucci bags and you're like, is that a real Gucci bag? And then you're like, it can't be. And then you look closer and you're like, oh, it's definitely not.
Let me try to understand what you're saying. You're saying that the Patel 60th is like a cheap raw imitation of a Padron.
60, yeah. But what's funny is they still clearly are using good materials. It's just like they didn't quite get it right. Like they didn't quite understand what was going on.
I'm telling you, that's his blending. His blending is weak.
Yeah,
You could, you could give a guy good material, good tobacco, but his blending is. And you know what? Maybe in his mind, that's good blending, though. You don't know his background, or you know what I'm saying? No, like let's just say people in different regions, or if you eat certain foods, maybe to him on his palate, that's the way cigars should taste. And so I
yeah.
respect, it, but I'm telling you, man, it's not for me.
Also, Saka was saying he likes what he likes, and that's it. He either likes it or doesn't like it. I don't really. I get that, but for the type of stuff that I do, it's not important if I like something as much as being able to analyze it, being able to understand it, and trying to get a good read on it. So that's the way I listen to music. That's the way I smoke cigars.
I think everyone has the way they enjoy cigars.
Now, the way I enjoy cigars, I would do it like Sacco, but I'm just trying to be critical with it. So it's not as enjoyable per se necessarily, but no, that's a lie. It depends. It's a different type of enjoyment. What do you have on you? What do you have on you, Gio?
Oh, watch out! Watch out! Ash crack. Look, you see that?
Oh yeah, you get the Fisher. This one, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
and you can see it start to tilt. See, they don't have like to say, this ash is not as strong as Padron and nowhere near as strong as Fuente. So I'm going to drop it.
This is a good cigar, man.
Here
This
we
is
go.
a really yeah, respectable. Respectable.
Yeah, but I don't like that crack. You see that crack?
Yeah.
You see that crack? You see that crack? It's got to go. It came off so easy. I just like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know this. I smoke cigars, and I'm very good at analyzing, and I know when the ash has to go. I don't know if you know
Yeah, I've been watching the channel for a while.
that.
I was with the channel back it was growing in subscribers.
Making myself laugh here. That was funny. What do you think? You bought a nice pack. Yeah. Gio, would you shut up already and smoke a cigar? The DC the Man is a very quiet cigar, but it's a beautiful cigar. DC the Man is fantastic, but it's quiet. So you really have to hold the smoke on that, and you have to be in the mood for something very gentle. So you're gonna love DC the Man, but you have to hold the smoke on every puff to get something out of it, or else it's gonna be too quiet. So I recommend smoking Don Carlos the Man almost on an empty stomach. Maybe you wake up and just have coffee and maybe one piece of toast, and then light up a Don Carlos the Man, because it's really a low priming cigar with, and I mean with tons of age. They really. Have you ever had the Don Carlos the Man? It's beautiful, but it's it begs the question. You have to be in that kind of mood to spend almost $30 on a beautiful Don Carlos. It's like a better than the regular Don Carlos, but it's weaker. So you have to enjoy it. Like if you're not folk, you're gonna miss out. Does that make any sense? You have to be willing to listen to the whisper.
Yeah. I think Saka had a good suggestion actually. Cortado sounds really good for tonight, Joe. I think it's a cortado.
It is Partagas' first Connecticut. So
This is a delicious and filled in blend.
it's a master blended cigar. And here's the thing: they've been tasting like that since you were in high school. So I've been smoking with drones probably close to 15 years. They're phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? They're phenomenal. And sad do I have is that the price every year since I smoked them went up 50 cents, a dollar, 50 cents, a dollar. You know what I'm saying though? So it is what it is.
I'm
You know,
getting a bit of a sweet and savory thing off of it too. Is that or sweet and sour?
interesting. Well, the way you're smoking it, you're going to pick up different things. And I understand now, I understand, but when you pick up different things than I do, the way you're smoking it, slow and gentle, you're going to be getting less spice. So you'll pick you up other notes the spice covers.
Yeah.
So for me, like when I'm smoking it, I'm hearing the bass, the drums, and guitar. You're smoking it very gentle, and you're really hearing the triangle. You're hearing the
Yeah.
kazoo, like I mean stuff that I wouldn't normally pick up.
To me, dude, if I'm smoking it too fast and I'm getting that pepper, it's just like someone slamming on a cymbal. So I
I don't.
just gotta
It's fast. Just we're both puffing, but when I puff, I take a rich puff. I don't understand because it's not like you're smoking it slow, like never holding it, but you're just taking very like the volume of smoke is very
yeah.
gentle. Yeah. I'm still choking before when I was laughing. I was making myself laugh when I said, I smoke cigars. I don't know if you know that. I
Yeah.
started pulling on that. I don't know why, but nobody cares.
Interesting. I haven't smoked the CAO America. Richie, have you smoked the America?
I
No
think
one
I
talks
did.
about that.
I think I liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. But it does have I think a double Connecticut wrapper, and I forget if it's broadleaf and Connecticut shade or something like that. Um, if you like I think a lot of American tobacco. It wasn't very strong, but it wasn't a bad cigar. Um,
That's again back to CAO. They have a huge range. Some really good, some really mediocre.
Well, I also, and I don't think it was a mediocre. I think it just depends on the primings on it. I feel like when people do a Connecticut double Connecticut, whether it's like the broadleaf and a Connecticut shade,
Mm.
I feel like they don't put a lot of high priming Lajero and the fillers to push it. You know what I'm saying? Though I feel like they make a certain kind of blend because you could like for example the Pledge of Allegiance, they could have put higher priming to push that Connecticut broadleaf Maduro and the Connecticut shade. They could have pushed it harder, but because I'm telling you, the fillers push what the wrapper is. And you could say wrapper and binder. Um, yeah, but I'm telling you, the placement of the wrapper affects the cigar. Well, McCormick says tonight's show is brought to you by $15 of Nobody Cares. Much appreciated. And that is the truth. Nobody cares. One guy smokes a cigar like, you're like the silent cigar smoker. I think if you were smoking in a movie theater, nobody would know. You're just like,
It's true. Zeno's book. He says that you should learn how to smoke a cigar so that you aren't invading anybody's space or anything. You can keep the smoke out of other people's faces. Like
yeah, but
anyway,
also, he was a gentleman from Switzerland, so I think he wasn't in New York City. But
yeah, but
Sean,
I'm
much
not.
appreciated. You didn't have to do that. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm gonna make sure I give half that money to PG.
And by PG he means New York State.
Sacco flex upon flex. Uh, Sacco says 1999. What does it say? OP. What does OP stand for? Operate. What does that stand for? I don't know. Guys, much appreciated. Really appreciate it. A Geo flex at 99 cents. Much
It
appreciated.
it does add up if you think about it. He often sends 99 cents a day.
Guys, it's all very appreciated. It really does. It does the math. Oh yeah.
I feel like this thing is starting to come into its own. I'm impressed.
Listen, it's gonna be the kind of thing you'll come back to it, whether it's once a year or twice a year. The Padron 26 is a marvelous cigar. Have I had great moments with the natural version? Yes, but I'll tell you what, the natural version, the best. I had the short, like the Robusto size, like the short one, and the best experience I had. I was walking with my daughter along a park, along a beach on the North Shore, of Long Island, on a winter day, a sunny winter day, and I was just smoking that in the open air. And there was something about that with all the natural cedar notes and the black pepper in the earth. I was walking to the forest and the beach, and I was just smoking that thing. And it was with my kid and the sounds of the ocean, and it really it felt marvelous. You know what I'm saying? Though it really was marvelous. Um, where I feel maybe the Maduro version of sweetness wouldn't have been a pro. But anyways, that was the best 26 natural I ever had. Um, so it is what it is. Nobody cares.
Does
But
the 4x48 or like the 4 7/8 by
yeah,
50?
like that. Yeah, it's something like that. And with the box pressing, it doesn't feel big.
Hmm.
But much appreciated, guys. I'm gonna buy some more cantaloupe. I ate all my cantaloupe today, so now I can afford two more because cantaloupes cost $18 a piece. So I'm gonna buy two more cantaloupes.
Yeah, the sensors don't even go off. Ah, shit! I dropped the ash.
Oh,
It's
you
burning.
weren't smoking. Yeah, dude. Padrones burn, man.
Yeah, but no cone. I mean, you don't get a cone either. And you seem to smoke faster. So it's not that you're smoking faster. You just puff harder, I guess.
I get more out of it. I mean, you are not, but you're getting the more quieter notes, and I respect that too. But don't miss out on the strong boldness that it has.
It's bold. It's definitely bold. It's
But you're
really
not
good.
holding that smoke too long. You held it for a millisecond. You puffed and you released right away. Hold that smoke, baby. Hold that
I'll give
smoke.
you give you a good hold in a second.
All right, watch.
I can't.
Let me teach you
Give
how
you a
to
second.
do it.
Okay. Fuck that, dude. Holy shit. Woo.
Wowza. Wowza. Now you're a man. See, when you
That,
hold the smoke, you're not smoking for the tobacco. You're smoking for the smoke. When you hold that smoke, for a moment, you are possessed by the tobacco. But tobacco was given to us by God, so it is a goodly thing. You're having the grace, the spirit of tobacco comes upon you. And for a moment, it speaks to you.
bro, that shit went all the way into my sinuses, man. That was too much.
It's speaking to you.
I don't know if it's speaking so much as just yelling, just making nonsense sounds very loud.
This is because you don't do it that much. The more you smoke like a man, you'll get used to it. You won't go back because why wouldn't you want to get the most out of it? Listen, if
No,
you're
you
gonna
know,
listen, if you're gonna clap cheeks, clap cheeks.
um, I took like 2 to 3 weeks off of smoking, uh, recently, and
Right.
before that, I was retrohaling all the time, and it was just burning out my palate. I just wasn't getting as much. So now I'm actually trying to not retrohale. I'm trying to not hold the smoke as much. Yeah, Jeremy, I do retrohale still, but I used to retrohale like every puff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wowza. That's a strong cigar. You know what I just got there? I told you, I coined it the true intent. That is the true intent. Without that, you're not getting the true intent. It's kind of like you could look at someone and you might think this or that, but you never know how much fight is in that man. You don't know his spirit, his true intent. So when you hold that smoke, you realize the true intent. It's not the cigar got stronger. You just weren't realizing its full potential. That's all I'm saying. And when you smoke the true intent, bro, you're gonna sleep like a baby. Forget about taking medications to sleep or this and that. These pills that go to sleep. You smoke a cigar, hold that smoke, you're gonna go right to sleep. You're like,
I
I
think
feel
the true intent,
this was a good
the true,
intervention.
what do you say?
This was a good Padron intervention for you.
Dude, the Padron Maduro, dude, the true intent is like a black pepper syrup.
I would feel like the Padron 26 Maduro and the 64 Maduro are like the gold standards in like Nicaraguan strong Maduro cigars. There are other cigars, could be more, could be less, but it's that gold rock standard of what a strong luxury Nicaraguan cigar should be. There's only a few cigars that maybe might do it better, but there may be other cigars that might be almost equal, but for less money, like the Oliva Melanio V Maduro. I think has a lot of merits, and it's only like $12, $13. Um, so you're talking about almost not half the price, but at least 50, 60% cheaper at a lounge, and that means something. However, head to head, would I rather have the Padron 26 Maduro? Yes, but is it worth? I'd rather have the extra $10 in my pocket. Well, it depends how good of a week you had. You know what I'm saying, though. But at the same time, it's not like if you're smoking a Milano V Maduro tonight, you should feel like you got gypped. That's the behavior when people you're smoking a high quality mid tier or upper mid tier cigar. You know me, I'm not a snob. I've broken the mold to say you can still have a good time with a $10, $12 cigar and not feel like, oh, I have to spend $20, $30 to enjoy myself. That's not the way it works. You know what I'm saying, though? And that's that.
Um, I think that I think that holding the smoke broke me, dude.
Dude, you finally popped your cherry, man. Congratulations, you're a man. But see, it's opening parts of your mind. You're gonna come back and you're gonna do it again. Maybe not tonight, but I'm telling you, man.
No, I liked it. I think it's. I think it. I mean, I'm a little bit congested, so I think that might have made it bad. But when I was smoking the Hemingway Maduro and I was really holding it, but I didn't like force it into my sinuses. I think that was like the right balance for me where I was, and you know what I mean. Like here, I'll show you. I'll show you how I've been holding the smoke recently, not the hardcore version, but the regular version.
What is Gio saying? Gio says, I've been smoking the Punch Golden Era to this ESG.
Wow.
Call me a snob all you want. It's not the same category. Hmm. Well, it is what it is. Well, it better not be the same category. The ESG is more than double the money. ESG is a sub $30 cigar. The question is, can you still have a good time smoking a Golden Era for $10, $12? Yes. And is the ESG 2.5 times better? It's not. So the difference is they're both great cigars. One's better. That is up to opinion, though, as well. But it should be better because it's 2.5 times the price. But it's not 2.5 times better. If that was the case, the Golden Era would have got a 2.2, and the ESG would have gotten like a 4.7 or something like that. It doesn't work like that.
I'd be really interested what you think of the Rocky Patel 60. To be honest, smoking this, it
I think I should try it out just so I can put it in this right category. Because I'm sure there's going to be some pros to it.
it
Gio,
there's a lot of
Gio,
notes that are.
Gio, you're talking a lot of shit, Gio.
I think when I smoke this too fast, it reminds me a lot of the VSG because it's just so dark and so much black pepper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that cigar is stronger than VSG. Um, the VSG actually, I think, is more chocolatey. The VSG is very chocolatey. I find that actually to be a very sweet cigar. Do you, or no? It doesn't hit you sweet.
Depends on the size. VSG in a big size, sweet. VSG in a small size is just like a drill to the brain.
Mm.
That's my experience anyway. Again, Joshua, ESG is like twice the price plus. Dude, it's tough to hold the smoke on this cigar. It really, even the way I normally do it, it's a really strong retrohale.
For you,
Comparative to every other cigar I've smoked except the VSG.
okay. Yeah, I don't think you smoke a lot of strong cigars, though. Do you?
Um, I don't even remember having like when I smoked the Cafradia, I didn't find it particularly strong. It was bold, but it wasn't in this category.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't hold the smoke on the Gaffardi. You smoked the smoke. Admit it. I called you out on your stuff tonight. If you smoked the Gaffardi like you did tonight, you'd be heaving. Gaffardi, if you smoke that with deep puffs and holding it, it is strong. I'm telling you, the way you've been smoking, which is unique, you get a different side of the cigar with small little puffs and not holding the smoke. You
But I
get.
do I was actually oh Saka, good question. I'll get back to that in 1 second. Um I I was smoking a lot bigger puffs and a lot more retrohales and a lot more holding the smoke until I took a break and then just came back the other day. And I realized that if I smoke it slower and smaller, I'm actually getting more out of it for me.
Okay. It is what it is. I mean, do
That
what you.
that's that said, I've never done this one. That one hurts, dude.
You see, this is what I'm saying. You think I'm making facial
That's
expressions? What I'm doing is when you move the jaw around different positions, the smoke moves to different parts of the nasal cavity and everything else. And you know what I'm saying? No, and you really feel it. Right? You see what I'm saying?
um I think as far as let's see, I think my rating scale is I'm trying to remember. Hold on a sec. Give me 10 seconds.
Mm. All right, just checked out. Nobody cares. And once again, appreciate you guys donating to the lounge. Rich, you can buy more melon now. Thank you so much.
Okay.
It's,
All right. Okay.
so what is it after?
So my scale is 7 is a very good, 6 is a good, 8 is a great, 9 is amazing, 10 is godlike or ethereal. I forget which one I use. Anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah.
Um, I think objectively, I would say this is about an 8. I would put this as a great cigar. I think for me personally, I probably put it at maybe like 7.5 because it's not necessarily my preferred profile,
Your
but I think
preference.
great
But,
cigar.
so you give it high praise, you know?
Yeah, I think very hard to argue that it's not between very good and great. I think a lot of people could find this great. I think on average, people would find this great, and I could see how people would even put it a little bit above that.
It's so reusable. The Padron 64 and 26 and natural Maduro, whatever you like, they're so reusable. Like
Yeah.
they're like an anchor in the cigar community. You know exactly what you're getting. If you're in the mood for strong Nicaraguan cigars, it's kind of like it's like a gold standard. You know what I'm saying though? It's just been around the block. It's time tested. Um, it's so reliable, and that's got to mean count for something in this day and age, where people are not reliable. I mean, I can identify as a cat. That's not reliable.
I mean, if you're a cat every day, I guess it's kind of reliable. But um, as I'm getting deeper into this and I'm smelling the aroma and I'm thinking about really how would I place this, I think I pretty much place it solidly at an 8. Again, it's not my preference per se, but I think it's solidly a great cigar.
You know, I think no would destroy you if you had the Padron 85, the 85 anniversary. That's like one of the strongest Padrones, dude. That's Padron 85 is like that or 64 on steroids. The Padron 85th anniversary, you're not gonna like. If you were puffing that hard and holding the smoke on that thing hurt Richie. So
I want to smoke the El Rico, dude. I want to see how that hits me.
that's gonna destroy you. If you hold the smoke on that and puff on it, that destroyed me.
Yeah. I don't want to get I was getting kind of destroyed by cigars, but I'm really just trying to get all the information from it, if that makes sense. It's a good stick. Sako, I can see how Padrones are not your preference. Um, I think it's fair. I think it's fair to. I would say I would guess.
Wait, Sacco's the only
Yeah,
guy that doesn't prefer Padrones and has the entire Padron lineup.
yeah.
So Sacco likes Padrones, but I don't know why he doesn't like Padrones. And that's a paradox. That's the Sacco
I,
paradox.
I have a question for Sako though. I'm curious, Sako, what you would smoke. Like, are you ever in a Padron mood? And is there a cigar that you would smoke over a Padron that's in a similar wheelhouse?
He's doing Liga Bovada number 9 every time. He prefers the Liga Bovada number 9 over the Padron Maduro every time. And listen, I respect that. I think in the beginning I had a hard time understanding that, but if that's what he prefers, he prefers.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, the burn and draw on this is perfect. It's starting to get strong, man.
Padron With drones, they operate like a rocket ship. So if you smoke them as hard or as fast as other cigars, they're gonna burn faster. So you might have to slow down a little bit on it because the draw on those things is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's second to none. The way they designed that cigar, nobody else designed cigars like Padron as far as the draw. Nobody. I have never had a plug Padron. I never had a Padron that didn't work. They just work like straight fire, man. It's like a rocket ship. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, no, no. I appreciate that comment, Sako. That, and I think that's what we were talking about. Um, but so you would never smoke a Padron for the flavor, or is there anything that you get out of a Padron in terms of flavor? Oh, I'm asking Sako, but I mean, you obviously, I know you love Padron, so
I love Patron. I love what they represent. Um,
Gotcha.
It is, you know, you know.
Dude, this is reminding me so much of the Rocky Patel 60. Now it's a much better cigar. It's a much better cigar. I'm not saying it's the same level um, in terms of blending, but it's interesting. I think he really went for Padron.
What's the gold standard? But in my opinion, uh, Gio's getting sensitive. He said, "I'm getting a private message. Why did you 300 me? Listen, it's my show. If I want to 300 you and bless you with the lounge, maybe I sent you there just to make sure everyone there's okay, Gio. Gio, you go there, you bring your ESG, and you find out if everyone's okay. Gio, you should be happy you're just in the lounge. It's not a right; it's a privilege to be here. And if Richie wants to give you the attention to send you to the dome, consider it an honor. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear complaining. I don't want to hear
So
complaining.
you're saying you go to 300 people and they go, "Oh, thank you, sir. May I have another?"
Absolutely.
That's when I come back from the 300 club.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. This is a dictatorship, and I'm the dick.
And Gio's the tater, dude.
Something Sacco's kind of crazy, but hey, I respect his opinion for him. I mean, it is what it is.
I would definitely come back to this over the natural, I think. I'd go back to the natural, but I'd go back to this more, I think. Almost for sure, actually. I'd smoke this like 6-1.
Yeah, I can see that. He said he had a Cohiba Weller and it burned like crap. Let me tell you something. That Weller comes in a tube. There's a good chance, my friend, it was too moist. I find cigars that come like in metal tubes or even a glass tube. I'm telling you, they could be too moist from the factory. You know what I'm saying, though? Um, I don't know if you left it out for a couple of days. If you did, then it still burned like that. I don't know. But anything tube, I would take and drive by for 2, 3 days. That's my opinion on that. You know, I don't trust tubes. Like you go to a lounge, you buy it in the tube and smoke it right there. I've seen a lot of cigars really too wet.
Man, I'm getting this dark coffee black pepper thing that's going pretty good. And like you say, high quality of flavors. Really rich, strong, bold flavors. Nice. Very nice.
Oh, it's full. It's tangible. I'm telling you, if you have a cigar that's not performing, it 9 times out of 10 it's not the cigar. It's too moist because it's not like all these companies like their rollers don't know what the hell they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially a company like Cohiba. So if your cigar is not performing, it's too wet. And Cohiba uses very thick tobacco, like on the black or the Royale or the Weller. You really might want to dry box that for at least a day or two. And if it's in a tube, get it out of the tube. It's gonna hold too much moisture. That is my opinion. But that's my expert opinion, man.
I
Um,
think
oh, hey,
what's up?
welcome to the show. Thank you for coming, Gio. I appreciate you coming, Gio. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's a good stick, man. This is far better than the natural, if you ask me. I gotta say, it has something else to it. Has that leather wood type of coffee.
In my
Nice,
opinion,
Jim.
the 26 Maduro um, it is superior to the natural. And I'm not saying that the natural is not great. It's great, almost just as great. But I'm just talking about the profile. It hits me so much better. But that's my preference. So you might say, another person might say, I prefer 26 natural. Then God bless. You know what I'm saying? No, you're still having a great. If that hits you better, you know.
Again, I'm trying to look at it from a more objective perspective, or at least the way that I'm trying, or analytical, I should say. I think the Maduro is a better blend. Now, I haven't smoked them tremendously, but from what I'm getting off of this, I think it's a more rounded out, complex, interesting, full blend than the
Some
natural. And
this might feel weaker in a sense, and they'd rather not have the sweetness. So for people that don't like the chocolate sweetness on it, then I understand that. I'm telling you. But I'd rather have. I've smoked so many naturals, especially the '64 natural, because that was Johnny Stash's like favorite cigar. And he'd always come over and bring the natural, and we'd have a great time. And I said, Stash, did you ever try the '64 Maduro? And what he said, he goes, no, because he's just a creature of habit. I was like, well, next time just try that. And he brought him over, and it's the same price. And he smoked the Maduro, and halfway through he goes, fuck, this was better. He goes, I've been smoking the natural the whole time. And so it's not like he didn't love the natural. He did. But then he went to the Maduro, and he's like, fuck. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, halfway through, he's like, I should have been doing this. So I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to be a dick. You know what I'm saying, though? But it is what it is. You know, if he said he didn't like it, then fine. You know?
It's a very usable Maduro, and I don't think it's too heavy on the Maduro nature of it. To me, it almost just seems like a better version of the natural. You know, I get that it's darker, but it's, you know what it is. It's almost like it's almost like you left the Maduro out in the sun and you get the natural.
You almost said what?
It's almost like you left the Maduro out in the sun and you get the natural. You know what I mean? Because it's like a
It,
little bit.
it's for Maduro. It's not a
Mm,
super dark Maduro cigar. If
right,
you look at grown Maduros, so it almost feels like a sun grown that had a slight Maduro process. You know what I
right,
mean?
right, right,
They didn't go like full AG on the Maduro or like as dark as like a lead number nine.
right.
Um, and six and one half of the other. I mean, it all depends. What's better? It all depends on the blend. But if you look at the Padron 26 Natural and Padron 26 Maduro, look at the store and compare them. It's not like it's like night and day. It's not like a Connecticut shade versus like, a Cohiba Black. You know, it's the Cohiba. I'm sorry, the Padron Naturals are pretty dark for a natural, sun-grown cigar. And then you go to the Maduro. It's not so dark. You know,
You said the Cohiba natural.
I meant Padron
Oh, got you.
because we were talking about the Weller before. What's up, Smoke? Here's what
Um,
it is.
it's crazy. Smoking this after the Rocky Patel 60, I see exactly what they were trying to do. Um, it's really like a
And
goose up. Yeah.
how they fucked it up, and how Rocky Patel fucked it up.
Now that I'm deeper in, let me say it's like the Padron Maduro has this classic flavor profile to it, and it's complex, and it's all the little gaps are filled in, and to me, I'm getting different flavors from puff to puff, but it's all in this sort of wheel, and the wheel is very compact and
It's,
filled in.
it's a tight machine and it knows what it is, and you'll do that. And tomorrow, if you smoke that the rest of your life, it'll taste the same.
Yeah. Um, the Rocky Patel, I think he tried to make it like fancier, and by doing that, he just added like glitz to it, basically. Um, and so
And he
it's
probably tried stronger, and it was stronger just for stronger sake. It probably didn't make it better, right? You said it was like
no,
really heavy.
I don't think it was a little bit stronger in terms of edginess, like spice type of strength, but it didn't have more power. It had about the same amount of power, I would think, but
Well, was that a bigger cigar or smaller?
slightly smaller, slightly smaller. That was I think that was a 5 by 50, I think. And this is, I'm not sure what this is. G would have to tell us, but I think it's like a
Well,
small.
that's like a Toro size.
I think this is a 5.5 by 52, so just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But the Rocky, I think he added like this caramel. He added um, like the Middle Eastern spices. He added notes that went outside of the wheel, if that made sense. It was no longer cohesive in this.
Rocky Patel does a lot of weird vague spices. And maybe for his background he likes that, but I don't know. But I can't stress enough. I'm not crazy about Rocky Patel, and I've been doing this for a long time. So if you like them, God bless. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the guys I know that were smoking Rocky Patel were not smoking Drone or Davidoff or Liga. If you were a Patel fan, I knew guys they only smoked Rocky Patel. And but this was back in the day when Rocky Patel was affordable, like with the Edge or the 90 or 92, and then there was some other ones, around $8 to $12. The platinum, the 55. Then Rocky Patel started with the ALR, and he started getting to like the 13 to basically $20 mark. He started really, you know what I'm saying? No, he started flexing.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's interesting. I'd be really interested to see what you think of the 60 because it's. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It's just weird the way that he took it in that direction. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm down to the nub on this. Where would I say the Olmec lands? The Olmec Claro. It's a phenomenal cigar. It's potent. It's strong. It's heavy. If you like classic Padron 64 or 26 natural, you're gonna like this cigar. Um, I'd say it's a 4.6, and that's a very good review. For me, out of my rating system, a 4.6 is a high review. It's not better than Padron, but it's up there. So 4.6 for this, to me, is a very high rated foundation cigar. I believe it's his best cigar. I believe it's his best work to date, and I look forward to newer foundation to see what they're going to do next.
Now, when I smoked that, and I know I mentioned this before, but I almost felt like it was a goosed up version of the New World, the red band one, like the red footband one. I just felt like it was a boutique, nicer version of that cigar. I wouldn't liken it to either of the Padrones that I smoked personally. Um,
Well, how many times do you smoke the Padron?
only once each time, but I smoked it very focused.
I smoked Padron 64 and 26 for about 15 years. I'm telling you, if you like those cigars, you're going to like this thing. I can't speak for you. I can't speak for one person or one individual experience. You know what I'm saying, though?
Sure.
Uh, Me putting in that category. Um, Also, the way you smoke it is different. You know what I'm saying, though? And I almost will have to have a PG rating too, like where it's like, well, if you smoke it, I'd have to go back to every cigar and smoke
Yeah.
with puffs and very very slow, shallow puffing, and it might change up every cigar I've ever smoked. Just a little,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Fair- I'm just curious because I thought it was a good cigar, but I felt like it still had that core AJ flavor to it, if that makes sense. Um, and I think Padron has that core flavor. LFT has that core flavor, and that's really something I look for. You know, in each brand, in each
Well, that's why I didn't say it's better than Patron, but I feel it's very good. It's the best foundation to date. So the foundation with this cigar, they're getting into just to be around Padron category is a really high praise. You know what I'm saying though?
hmm
Uh, it's as good as the Padron. To be scratching the surface and say, hey, if you like the 26, but you want to spend $5 less, get
Yeah.
yourself a Olmec Maduro, you're gonna have a great time.
Do you think that's more similar to the 26 natural than the Aladino Corojo?
I don't know. I haven't had Aladino Corolla in such a long time. So that's not fresh off my head. I couldn't give you a good answer on that.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, Rocky Patel's overpriced and underdelivers. Well, you got to say he's consistent on that. Rocky Patel is like, you're gonna leave. You're gonna leave sad. I guarantee it. And
Rocky Patel.
guy in New
Okay.
York that smoked. I mean, top shelf shit. But whenever a new Rocky would come out, especially his higher end ones, he would try him out just to give him a chance. And he'd always say the same thing. I started off pretty good, but by midway, he'd always say, "What the fuck is he doing?" And he'd put it down. He never finished the Rocky Patels. He'd put him down, and he'd go get himself a Padron or a David off Nicaragua. He'd be like, "Man, like he always put it down." He's like, "I don't know what he's doing," you know. And this guy has a very good palate, so it's not just me. I mean, it is what it is.
My tagline for Rocky Patel. Well, here's a pitch for it. Rocky Patel. It's not worth what you paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Rocky Patel, he picked up all the people that don't smoke Gurkha anymore because of the past.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got, I will say that he has better marketing than Gurkha, and so I see a lot of newbie guys with little experience. They go from acid cigars and they go straight to Rocky Patel.
Yeah.
Did you say it was $11,000? It was $11,000 for that humidor. That's insanity.
Well, I'm really curious. I'm really curious what Sacco thinks about it because, yeah, he's the market, bro. There's a medium sized animal in the bush behind me. I don't know what it is. Yeah, exactly, Joe.
It was. See, here's the thing. Gio just wants him to buy it, because he wants to try one.
I'm curious, Sacco. I'm curious at at what price range would you say? Okay, fair enough. I'll go for it. You know what I mean? Like, at what is it? Is it $7,000? Is it $5,000? Is it 4,000? I mean, you know what I mean?
Uh, that's insanity pricing. Because Sacco flexes with like 500, 800, $1,200 boxes of cigars all day. 11,000 is insanity. 11,000 is ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's insane.
I just got a little bit of like dark plum and some coffee bean.
Like I
Nice.
said, you're smoking it slow, so you might be getting something else. Dude, this cigar really hit me. Very strong. A heavy medium to full, but holding that smoke was so luxurious. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It's a solid 4.6 for me. He said 15,000. They're already gouging. 15,000. My God.
I think 15,000. That's just too much, right?
I feel like 15 is less than 11. Yeah, 15. All right.
Yeah, 5K, 100 cigars. I think there's 100 cigars in there, right? How many cigars is?
100 cigars. So what is that? 100 and like $110 a piece? Holy cow. That hurts.
I'd say the humidor. You could say, okay, pay up
Why
to.
would you want 100 of the same fucking cigars? You know how long that would take Sacco to smoke it? Because Sacco doesn't smoke the same cigars every day. Sacco will be dead before he smokes. He has so many cigars. If he bought 100 pack of Fuentes, how long would he's never going to smoke them all.
But
Uh,
it's only 10 of each. I think
Even then, it's 100 Opus X's. It's what I'm saying though. Like that's a lot of cigars.
that's another way to think about it. You just pay $11,000 once and you're set for life, right?
Even if you smoke one a week, it would take 2 years. But that's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money, bro. Holy shit. Imagine if you don't like it. Imagine it's not worth it. Dude, it's not gonna work. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Opus X is not worth $120 a stick.
Gio, what's the total count on the sticks though? Because I think you could pay $2,000 for the humidor. You know what I mean? Wow, Sacco.
Taco bid 13 pussy juice.
Wow.
Holy shit. He almost got the PJ. Bro, imagine bidding 13,000. You get a text message you lost. Who did he lose? Who did he lose to? The King of France? Like who did he lose to? Like some banker in Switzerland. He's like, who's trying to outbid me? Some flexer in California. He's like, add another 1,000.
I told you the story about the three Spaniards at Davidoff's shop, right?
No.
Okay. Um, Zeno Davidoff had a shop, I think, in Switzerland, right? The first party shop, and he said that three Spaniards came in, and he was tending to their whatever, to their business, whatever. Um, and he gave them cigars to try, and each one a different cigar. And they sit there, they smoke it for a second, and they go, "Oh, it's this region, this farm." Next one goes, "This region, that farm." Third one goes, "This region, that farm." And they're like, "Oh, very nice." And they buy a few boxes and they leave. And he was like, "It's like the weirdest interaction." So he tracked down. He went back to Cuba, tracked down all that information, and the guys were right. All three of them were right. So he probably Sacco lost to a guy like that, probably.
Dude, those guys must have really knew their shit.
He said they were probably the greatest cigar connoisseurs.
That sounds like
Uh,
a what do you call a sommelier? The guy with the wine. You know, like
yeah,
an expert wine connoisseur who could
right.
like.
Wow, Richie, I just got straight mocha, like cocoa powder mocha, like really, as it's getting deeper in, it's actually getting better. That's crazy. It's building up.
You gotta take that band off.
I got time, dude. I think.
Dude, take it off, man. You're gonna burn it. You're gonna smoke through it.
All
That's
right.
like
Okay.
two puffs of a Padron. What are you doing? Are you crazy? Because you don't. As it's getting close, it's getting hot. You don't want to expand and crack the wrapper.
Dude. It's seven puffs on a PG Padron, dude. But I'll take it off.
Dude, you don't want it to crack.
Okay.
I mean, you do what you want. What
No, no, do it. Let me do it right.
you think Richie's trying to hurt you?
No, man. You've taught me a ton about smoking cigars, so I trust you. I'm gonna do it. I appreciate the tutelage. What's he says? Smoke
Listen,
the
to
band.
Gio. Listen to Gio.
This is the guy that didn't know how to retrohale, and he was shoving a torch lighter into a cigar. So I think I'm actually going to listen to Richie on this one. But Gio, I appreciate also your advice.
Now, have you ever tried the Almaforte?
I haven't, dude.
You got to try an Almaforte. And have you ever tried a Padron Nicaragua? That one you have to. I'm sorry, a David off.
I haven't, but I do. I don't have an Alma Fuerte, but I do have a Padron Nicaragua, so I
No,
could
no.
smoke that.
You mean a David off Nicaragua?
David, I made the same mistake you did. Yeah, I have a David off Nicaragua, and I'll smoke that. I'll smoke that on the lounge, dude.
Dude, you take it. Make sure you dry box it. You know, can you dry box it? You can't. It's too moist.
Yeah, I can't really dry box, but I do have it in my humidor without cellophane in it because it came in a tubo. So
Dude, the David of Nicaragua is phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
yeah, my sister picked that one up for me in New York.
That cigar's been out now, what, 10 years? And it's been a great seller for David Off. And every time I come back to it, I love that cigar. I love it. And it's actually affordable for David Off. I still see them now for $22, which is reasonable for a Robusto, you know? Oh, watch out. Gio's talking shit to you, bro.
Dude, it's fine, man. I just want to talk to him. I'm kidding.
It is what it is, man. So, yeah, I told you in the news they caught the guy from the burrito shooting.
Okay.
Supposedly, he parked across the street and people watched him and they saw him going through his trunk. And like, what is he doing? He got a rifle out of his trunk and he started shooting at the burrito place. And everyone in the burrito place was, ducking down or whatever. No one got hit, but he destroyed the burrito place. I think he already fired 9 times into the burrito place. What an idiot! Why? Why would you do that? And especially it's called like Joe's Burrito. Like you know what I'm saying? Though, like it's like it's not even a real burrito place. It's like a gringo burrito shop. It's not even like authentic. And why would you do that?
Gio's been telling me to smoke my best stuff, and I actually don't disagree with him, which is why I'm smoking the Patron. Um, Second of all, did they find out the motive?
Supposedly, somewhere in the mix, somebody had a restraining order on him. Now, I don't know in the story if that person was in the burrito shop. Maybe he was trying to get to him. But why? I guess he didn't have the balls to get up close and personal.
I
I
would
don't.
definitely, uh I
I
would
mean,
definitely put a training order on a guy who shoots up a burrito shop. You know what I mean? That's a
but
very reasonable
from
training order.
across the street. So it's like it was the whole thing in broad daylight. Broad daylight. Like they caught him. Like the guy's an idiot. Like if you in his face, his mugshot, he looked like a nut job. He was like, like one of those. Like this guy, he was not a bright person. You know what I'm saying? He was not a smart person.
I always wonder who you'd want to put a restraining order on, and now we know, man. That fucking guy.
Well, the judge didn't tell him to stay 500 yards. Maybe he did. He said stay 100 yards from all burrito stores. And across the street, maybe it was 101 yards. He's like, all right.
No more burritos for you, dude. I couldn't do it, dude. I'd go crazy as well.
Think about that commitment, though, where you're like, now I'm going to go to prison. What an idiot. Like, what an idiot.
It's just unwise. It's just very stupid. It's the cigar equivalent of smoking the band, you know, or the cigar equivalent is smoking the band. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, what does Gio know? You know, I'd rather go to my toilet bowl and ask him for cigar advice than Gio.
Yeah,
You know, it is what it is.
I think that's accurate though because no advice would be better than geo advice.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't see any cigar reviewers from Queens.
Damn, dude. I don't think you got to say it like that, man.
It's kind of mean. It's kind of mean, right?
I'm sure there's plenty of good people in Queens, man.
Oh, now look at Gio. Gio's getting all he's getting all bitchy about it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Geo's the patron of the show, but still talking shit in the comments. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah.
Bro,
Well,
you're the man tonight. Just accept that. Love that, dude. You're the man.
Gio, and I really appreciate it. But do you want Richie to go into what I've given you, what I've given to this lounge? Gio, when you're going through problems, you call me, or I call you, see how you're doing. Richie cares about you. Do other people in your life call you? Are you okay? What's going on? Nobody cares. You can't buy that. You think you buy Richie for support and to care about your life, and come on. I don't want to hear it. I,
Geo,
I,
dude,
I've the past 5 years of my life to this stupid place.
Geo's uh Geo's the man tonight, dude. Tonight is a cheers to Geo, man.
Well, and just like with the Padron, down to the nub. I mean, that's a nubbing, man. I gotta admit.
Look at the band came off in two pieces. It's two different parts.
No, it is. It is two different bit pieces.
Cool. That's nice, man.
Yeah, yeah. One is the serial number, and not that people check serial numbers, but I never seen fake Padrones. But I guess it could happen. Well, no, there was one time I saw fake Padrones. They were really good price, and all the Padrones were in cellophane, and they were Padron 64s and 20. But the cellophane weren't even the right size. It looked like it was like cellophane for like a Gordo. And I was like, "What is this? Padrones don't come in like that." And he goes, "No, no, no, no. We just put them in there to protect the wrapper." And I'm like, and they looked off. They really looked off, and I passed. Like they were way too good price, and it looked
Yeah,
so.
that's crazy, man. Dude, just about here, dude. Picked up like medium full. Like it's solid now, man. This is a fucking good stick, dude. It's a really good stick.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. He said New Yorkers. What a stupid place, you know. You're gonna talk shit to Richie. You're gonna flex on Richie. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, really to the nub on this thing. I mean, at this point, it's full strength too. It looks like that
Yeah,
cigar's hit.
this is picking up fast, dude. Again, like I
You-
was,
You're in the last third there, yeah.
I mean, I'm almost to the last third. I'm like at the end of the second third, and it's just like it's rampant, man. It's good. I really like it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the Padron 26 Maduro is a world standard. It's the world standard for Nicaraguan luxury, especially box pressed, Maduro cigars. Yeah, don't drive tonight. Make sure you go to sleep after this.
Yeah. I held the smoke on it, dude. It was picking up, so I figured hold the smoke, right? Don't back down then, right?
Mhm.
I got, dude, tons of coffee bean, earth, a little bit of black pepper, but just very strong.
No,
Nice.
I smoked 3 cigars before in one day. I smoked more than that, but not anymore. Especially hanging out with you guys. Sometimes I do two, very rarely three. I mean, I smoked 3 Angel shares. That was nuts. I
Yeah,
smoked
original focuses,
three
dude.
opus. That was nuts. And I smoked two of them at the same time. That was nuts. That was nuts. Now, do you think you could smoke? Could you smoke two of those at the same time?
Two Padron Maduro,
At the same time,
like this. I don't know if I could smoke any cigar like this. I don't think I'm that type of coordinated.
dude. I grew the ash on both those cigars.
Look, man,
No,
I'm a pro, man.
no, no. Consistently, I have one cigar. I have about 6 cigars a week. One a day. Generally, I have one day off. One cigar is fine. I'm not going to blow up my palate. Hold on a second. I had this gigantic bug on my.
Firm smoke two or three, right? Jeez, this thing's strong.
Fuck, that thing is big. Son of a bitch. Fucking shit.
Starting to feel it, bro. Yo, give me 1 second. I need to get more water, man. I guess I'll try to entertain everybody for a second.
Yeah. Dude, I had this gigantic, like, grasshopper, like this big. It was on your face on the screen. It didn't get to the camera. Fucking shit. Yeah, big firm. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Dude, that we lost a great one with that.
he was a
And we
good man.
haven't seen the tour. We're almost about to say that with the Tories. We haven't seen the Tories in a long time.
True, man. Maybe someday they'll come back to us.
It is what it is.
It's okay, Sako. I can only afford a couple. But I'm not honestly. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't. I don't think I would buy a box of this, even though it's good.
Dude, it was your face. It was just a grasshopper, like this big. It was on your face. I just used the butt of my knife. I didn't want to crack my screen. Fucking, I should have let it go up. It was walking up to the camera. I should have let it go up to the camera.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta get a little bit more water, dude. This thing is this thing is cooking me.
Well, I'm about to end the show, man,
Oh, okay. Then I'll wait,
because I'm down to the nub here.
dude.
I'm burning my
I
fingers.
thought I thought I had a little extra time because Padrones burn fast, and you had a larger cigar. But
But you
I
you
guess I
started, you started about 20 minutes later than me.
yeah, and I smoke really slow.
Yeah. So overall, you love this cigar.
Buttery. I wouldn't say I love it, but I would say it's a great cigar.
All right.
It's a very, very good cigar. I really enjoy it.
So you
Uh,
respect it.
I definitely respect it. I think it's an excellent product. Um, I think it keeps giving me more notes, man, which is amazing. I actually find it really complex, ironically,
Well, I
because the
think
flavors
smoking it
killed.
slow. I mean, when I smoke that cigar, I smoke it, I chug on it, not like crazy fast, but I get tons of earth, black pepper, dark coffee, and tons of chocolate. But it's a decadent, rich cigar, and that's what I love about it. But I never
I,
did PG style, slow.
I find it dark. I find it very powerful, but like a really smooth pickup. You know, when you're getting pushed from behind, like I was saying, it really gives me that effect. It's quite good. It's funny though. It really reminds me of the Rocky Patel 60. It was just like the Rocky Patel 60 feels like they took a great car and then they just painted it random colors. Like it's super weird. Like it feels it's
And
similar, but it's
and
clearly the
af-
version.
aftermarket parts, it didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I'm not fucking with Rocky Patel, and I wouldn't honestly. I wouldn't spend that $15 for the 60th. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, yeah. But maybe if you see it on clearance or something,
Maybe, maybe. Was
or no,
oh,
or no.
but I'm gonna get some sleep because
All right,
Richie's human. Okay.
fair
Um,
enough.
you guys stay fresh. You guys take it easy. This is the last episode. I'm glad you were here as the final guest. You know, it is what it is. Gio, thank you so much. At the same time, also fuck Gio, for his bad advice. But it is what it is. It's that kind of place, you know.
Things intense. I can't say. Sorry to interrupt your final thought. You don't need to smoke the Rocky Patel 60. I'll just tell you, it's similar, but it's not as good. So there it is. Um, but
Oh,
yeah,
I already knew it wasn't going to be as good. There's no Rocky Patel as good as Padron, or Monte
yeah,
Cristo, or Davidoff, or Cohiba. Like, I'm not. It is what it is. I mean, he has his own gambit, and I get that. Listen, if it was the only thing I had, would I smoke it? Okay, but I don't want to pay full price, and I know I'm going to be like, eh, like,
I think one of the amazing things about this cigar is I really can see that reusability. I think you could
yeah.
smoke this a lot of for sure.
Oh, and the
That's a
people smoke that a lot. Like,
yeah.
dude, I knew a guy that's the only thing he smoked. Like, that's it. And I knew a lot of other guys in New York that, not say only, but if it was like a Friday, Saturday night on payday, he was smoking Padron. Like, you know what I'm saying, though? So, you guys be good. You get some
All right,
rest. You enjoy the rest of the cigar. Let me know in the
thank you.
text
Yeah,
how
yeah,
it is,
yeah.
you know?
I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know if I'm throwing up.
And 10
But
cents for I'll see you around,
thank,
guys.
thanks for hanging out, Richie. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, it's a stupid place, full of stupid people,
All
you
right,
know?
man.
All right,
All
later,
right.
bro.
Cheers,
Take it
guys. Later. Good night, Sako, Gio.